I am creating an open-world FPS game in Unreal Engine 5. I created smaller games and released demo projects to the public before, but this time I'm about to make my dream game and I want to go big. Here's my story and devlog. I asked my YouTube followers what their favorite game genre is, and like Red Hot Music said it best, people really love their open worlds. And also first-person shooter games. A comment that also stuck with me was from Linkario86. Adventures, what the F happened to those? And he's right. This is where I want to step in and create my dream game, an open world first-person shooter game with a lot of action and a fitting storyline. I created a new project in Unreal Engine 5.1 and started from the first-person template. Right now I'm shooting my balls around and that's far from a PG-friendly or finished game. Also, as of now, I think it's smart to get some structure into place to know what I'm going to be working on. That's why I want to brainstorm and structure my ideas inside of this game design document. I also released this document for free to the public. Feel free to download yours, more on that later in this video. I created a storyline about a futuristic world where you are a hero combating AI enemies. I won't be hiring Arnold, but my game will be filled with different types of robots. This type of enemy gives me a lot of freedom for different enemy IDs, attacks, and it's easier than modeling human characters. Let's be fair, this is important since I will be creating the game completely by myself, at least this is the idea for now. To differentiate myself from other games, I want to really create awesome weapons. Each weapon will be able to have some sort of fire attack, but also a secondary attack that is linked to your character's suit, which will give him cool abilities, depending on the gun that you are holding. So after this, I set up 3 levels in Unreal Engine, one for prototyping, one for the actual open world, and a final one for the main menu. Prototyping allows me to test out new stuff without accidentally messing up my open world game. And the reason why I start out so early with a temporary main menu is so I can package my game very frequently. The big mistake you can make as a game developer is to package your game at the very end and then having to deal with a lot of problems right before you are planning to release your game. Or even worse, having to rewrite all the codes or having to delete the projects. Not me. No thank you sir, no thank you madam. I prefer to test and bug fix at least weekly or even daily after I made a lot of progress. Remember this kids, this is real life advice right here from yours truly. So after all of this thinking and hopefully intelligent planning, it's time to rewrite some code of the basic weapon. Currently I'm shooting my balls. In the first person shooter games you basically have 2 shooting options. One, shooting with projectiles, just like these balls here, or secondly, raycasting, which I call line tracing in Unreal Engine. I chose to rewrite the gun to fire a raycast. This will be an imaginary line from the player's camera to the direction you are aiming at. If something hits that line, damage can be applied. This is more accurate and will be my choice for most weapons. For weapons like a grenade launch for example, I will be using projectiles. My enemies will be most likely shooting projectiles since it's less accurate and gives you some room for dodging. Line traces are instant and you don't want each enemy to have 100% shooting accuracy. You want to be able to dodge it like a boss. By the way, I hate having to look for ammo and then reloading in shooter games. I know it's more realistic, but I just want to have some non-stop action and shoot bad guys around. And it's in the future anyway. So what do you think? Reloading? Yes or no? As for now, you can shoot how much you would like, just as the enemies. To test the damage system, I create this simple dummy item to see if it takes damage. I gave it some health and if it shoots twice, it deleted from my game. And it works. So right now my gun is using line tracing and it does damage to enemies. Nice. For the secondary function, it will grant my player the ability to dash forward, only when the player is holding this particular gun. This makes you aware of what gun you want to hold. In some shooter games you always pick the same best gun just because it does the most damage. In my game I want the player to also be aware of which secondary function you want to be holding, or even pull out some cool moves where you are switching guns fast to pull out a combo attack. Now that the functionality for this gun is working, I'm still bothered by my player's model. Just look at the shadow and behind the scenes. As of now we are nothing more than some floating arms. I don't know about you, but I'm attached to my body. Also quite literally. Now the basics of my game are into place and my ideas are written in the game design document. Now that this devlog is out, it's time to start working more on this open world FPS adventure game. But I want to be doing this together with you guys and girls. Feel free to throw out comments or ideas down below this video. If you want to follow my journey or are curious on how this project turns out, make sure to subscribe to see the next devlog. Don't forget to grab the free game dev toolkit in the description down below this video. You will get my free ebook on how to get better at game development, a free game design document to plan out your projects, and a free tutorial series where you create a platformer game from scratch. And those who are hungry for more, I offer a sneak peek and overview of my new premium course, The Unreal Vault, where you learn how to create beautiful levels, create a game from scratch to finish, and how to set up boss fights and create dragon fights with different attacks including fire breathing. So if this sounds like a good deal to you, I see you there. Click the link and grab your game dev toolkit now while it's still free.